Hello and welcome to today's content, which will be talking about the Starlit Tryst vision card since it has been released. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Here we are for the info and stats. From here you can see the HP is going to be 320 at max, which is not bad. It's over 300. We have the attack at 142, which is not bad. Dex and luck, usually on the vision card you don't really want too much of a dex and luck. Usually you would rather have like other like stats kind of more that have better benefits in terms of like agility or like defense, spirit. However, this gives a decent amount of dex that can kind of help you towards your critical hit rate, and a little bit of luck 20 will help you either evade a little bit more if you are going evasion, or it will increase your accuracy by a little bit. Just keep in mind these are all kind of like percentage chances of happening, so it's not going to be a flat amount of gain, so they're not going to be as beneficial compared to if it like a guarantee type of thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. For unit effects, if you're an ice type specifically, you get up to 15% luck for your unit, and because this is based off your unit's base values, if they do not have a lot of luck already, the percentage of luck gain here is not going to be too high. However, that's, I will say, where the bestowed effect for yourself, if you equip the vision card, the 20 luck will help you if your luck is not as high. So it just helps a little bit in terms of the luck stat. For Velric specifically, he gets 15% attack as well as 15 accuracy, which is going to help him because he has a decent amount of accuracy, especially from his Nightblade sub job, and increased attack is definitely going to help him because he already has a very high attack stat, so this is very beneficial to him specifically in terms of damage and accuracy. I will say though, because he does not have any 100% hit abilities, even if you increase the luck and the luck percentage here and the accuracy, if it's not 100% hit, it's not good enough in my opinion in terms of reliability. So like if he had all this for Velric and his hit rate against like who knows, like Zazan or 2B is still like 40 or 30%, it's not reliable enough compared to a different unit who has 100% hit. That's just how I see it. But yeah, either way, this does benefit him in terms of damage and his consistency in terms of hitting for accuracy. Now the party effects, which is the big portion of the vision card, is going to be 35 slash attack up, 8 spirit, and then 20% pierce resistance. Here alone you can already see the slash and spirit is going to be hugely beneficial, with pierce is going to be a little bit more niche. Either way, focusing on the slash and spirit, some units that can make very good use of this is definitely going to be Auron, Lastwell, Fryavia, and Agrius once she gets her EX. Specifically for this situation, obviously the vision card stat, if you equip it, is going to be mostly for attack related. However, Fryavia can benefit from the party effects because she does start with a base of 0 defense and spirit, and get like literally anything that can increase her spirit slash defense is going to be very good for her. This vision card is not only going to help her deal more damage if she does deal damage for your team, she also gets that extra 8 spirit, which she can then like equip other armors and stuff to help stack it up even further, and or espers. So this is in general very nice against all magic matchups in general for the spirit, and the slash attack is going to be good for all slashers in general, for ice specifically. Also for the units at the bottom, the 4 units that I said that are ice, I specifically chose them over any of the other ice units to show here because they would make the most of the benefits from the vision card. And what I mean by this is that they all have either 0% or -% of pierce resistance, so that pierce resistance situation would turn either positive or a good amount for these 4 units specifically. Additionally, they're all slash, so they can take usage of the slash benefits as well as the spirit, because unless they have either spirit stacking already or have any like alternative to spirit, they will need this. In this circumstance, Auron already has a lot of spirit already on himself, so being able to stack it even further means magic type damage, magic damage in general against Auron will be much more less efficient on him because he just has so much high spirit with this build. Lastwell, in his circumstance, he does have a negative magic attack resistance. However, he does have Mirage and some other circumstances that he can definitely benefit from the 8 spirit, so he does not get one shot pretty much. Fryavia, as I said earlier, she starts with 0 defense, 0 spirit, it would help. Agrius is already kind of like beefy in terms of how much defense and spirit she has. Obviously her HP is not there right now because she's not EX, but when she's EX, she could definitely still take on her role of quote-unquote tanking, more so for the magic side, especially if she gains this much spirit from the vision card on top of her already base amount of spirit as well as her passive spirit. She can literally get to very high amounts of spirit once she gets her EX. I'm kind of scared of it, but yeah, this is why they specifically are shown here and not like units like Gilgamesh, who could obviously make usage of the slash attack. He does have a positive pierce resistance and he has his own barrier, which is why I didn't show him here in that circumstance example. So here we are for the good, the bad, and the worst. First off, the good. The vision card does give an overall good stats of HP, high attack, and some dex and luck, not defense, sorry. So yeah, dex and luck. The bestowed effect gives up to 15% luck, which is very good in terms of just like if you need that luck stat, and it gives more damage and accuracy to Velric specifically. So as you can see, they did give a little bit more benefits to Velric. The vision card overall has stats for like most circumstances that you can have, not all, but most. It's kind of like a jack of all. It's not as good as the Freezes vision card, however, but it does have its benefits. The party effects is going to be focused mostly around slash types and 8 spirit for good magic survivability overall, not just the attack type. Remember, if they do any type of magic damage, even if it's like slash, strike, pierce, missile, as long as it's magic damage, spirit will help mitigate that damage overall. So it's going to be good in terms of all magic type related like damage. Lastly, the mono team buff for pierce resistance is 20%, which will help significantly against pierce matchups if you fight against pierce specifically. Obviously, there are going to be more people that kind of wanted like slash resistance, but because it's pierce, it still helps regardless. Now the bad part. The stats on the vision card do not give any agility, defense, or spirit, like any benefits on the bestow. And I know I said it before, the dex and luck is not too bad. However, you want more consistent slash reliable 100% stats. And what I mean by that is like kind of like the Encounter of Heroes vision card for like Rain. He gets like an insanely good spread of stats from that, mostly for the agility, defense, and spirit. But like stuff like that, those type of vision cards are very, very nice to have for stats in general. Also, a decent portion of the stats is going to be mostly for Velric. As you saw, the attack percentage as well as the accuracy is mostly going to help Velric. And I said before, the luck percentage is good. However, if you do not have a good enough luck stat already, it is not going to be as beneficial because it is based off your base unit's luck stat. So it only scales as much as luck you have. Also, since the stats are literally a bit too spread out, even for a jack of all trades, without focusing too much on like anything outside of the slash damage and the pierce resistance, the 8 spirit is nice, but if we could get to like 12 or something as like the main ability, and you could switch it with the pierce resistance so that the pierce resistance is like 12% instead or something, I think that would be an insanely better switch up. But because it's only 8 spirit and then 35 slash and then 20% pierce, it feels like it's kind of stretching to areas where we're not even touching yet in the game as much. Obviously the slash and the spirit is, but the pierce res not really too much right now. As I said earlier about the luck stat and the percentage, since it's based off the base unit, it's not going to be too good in that situation. It is good, but it has to be situational for the unit you're using on, basically. As I said earlier, pierce resistance is currently very rare and not really used often in the competitive meta, right now at least. In the future we definitely will, but right now it's not, and our current meta is going to be mostly slash. It's going to be slash and magic attack types right now, for a while at least. But yeah, pretty much there's no really good mitigation or fighting to help against most like fire units, as well as the majority being kind of like slash damage right now. So his vision card is kind of missing the core meta usage right now. Obviously later it could be definitely better, but I just can't see it right now. So here we are at the worth, and I just have to say I have to give it a 3 out of 5 overall. I do believe the vision card is good, but it does struggle to kind of find a solid overall usage slot when you weigh the other advantages of the other vision cards, such as like the Freezes and the Fenrir vision cards in particular. They are very, very good in terms of a balance of attack and defensive stats overall, as well as kind of just being really good as a vision card in general. Like even the Fenrir vision card, while it is old and kind of outdated, it still gives a good amount of stats, and it gives you agility to the person you put it on. So yeah, it's such a good card in terms of like overall usage. While increasing your accuracy and luck is going to be good for just getting hits onto evasion units, without a for sure hit, 100% hit ability, it's still not going to be a good vision card for that situation. If you specifically want to hit evasion units with ice units, I would rather use a 100% hit ability rather than relying on vision cards for not even a 100% hit chance. You would have to probably combo this vision card specifically on Velric for all the benefits for accuracy, as well as using the Odin vision card for even more vision card accuracy to get a decent slash fair slash reliable hit onto a maximized evasion unit. But wouldn't it just be better to use other vision cards that help you everywhere else and just use a 100% hit ability? That's the kind of example I'm trying to say. Like, I would rather use Auron with his 100% hit ability than rather pray for Velric with his vision card to maybe hit an evasion unit and him possibly missing because it's not 100%. So that's the difference I'm talking about for the vision card. Also, a large portion of ice units that are slash, they are slash, like a majority of them, but they do not have slash imperil and or penetration without outside sources of a vision card or a unit, specifically being Gilgamesh or, like, you know, Mont is there too. Just other units that have imperils. So yeah, this either takes up a unit or a vision card slot if you are wanting to maximize the slash damage benefits. Pretty much, if you are like stacking up all that slash damage, but you're not using the Exorist vision card for slash penetration, or you don't have a slash imperil unit on your team, if someone you face uses a lot of slash resistance, since you have literally no other sources from all the ice units that are out right now that has slash imperil or penetration, outside of who I already said, which is Gilgamesh and some units, then you're really not going to get a lot of the benefits from the vision card in terms of damage. You will still retain your spirit and your pierce resistance, but you are kind of missing the main point of the vision card, which is going to be the slash damage portion. Also, I will say though, the 8 Spirit is actually very helpful, especially when you're able to stack up Spirit, especially like Auron, as I said earlier. This works against all magic damage matchups, so this will be very like effective in terms of mitigating damage. Or like if you had a hard time against like Helena or something, having more Spirit here will definitely like damper her damage, so this is very nice to have. You do have to be wary, however, of people and units that have very strong Spirit penetration, and or if they're using Spirit penetration items like the Silver Rimmed classes. Pierce resistance, as I said earlier, is not really going to be needed for a long time, at least not until like Oberon or like Mashari Winter, whenever her EX debut is. We literally don't know because Gumi is kind of just holding it from us. It might even come out in Christmas or winter time, which I'm going to be very disappointed if it does, but yeah, that's why until like it comes out in the future, we really have like it's in the very minority of usage of ever seeing pierce damage right now, unless it's like from 2B specifically, but it is not a majority right now. It's just not. Lastly though, I will say because the vision card is able to combo with the Freezes vision card benefits, Ice Slashers that are dealing like a lot of damage are very capable of like one-shotting many units if you do use this vision card for the maximized firepower. Not only does the ice attack stack with the ice slash from this vision card specifically and the Freezes vision card, you can literally gain so much damage from these vision card combos. So if you really wanted to just kind of like one-hit units or like try to kill the enemy before they kill you, this is actually a very good vision card for that situation. And yeah, here's a bonus slide just to see in terms of like your investment on the vision card and what to think about. First off, before I talk about anything, there was a new vision card that got released in JP for the Final Fantasy 15 vision card. Basically, the collaboration is going to release this. The party effects specifically, which I posted here, is going to be AoE resistance, pierce attack, and then increasing your critical hit rate. I will say the AoE resistance is insanely good. The pierce attack and critical hit rate will be a little bit wishy-washy, but I will say that the critical hit rate does benefit all units in general, just helping a little bit more. The pierce attack is definitely going to be mostly geared towards only pierce damage, however. But yeah, these are some vision cards you have to kind of think about in terms of usage, because the Odin one is still viable as well, and what is it? I believe it's the Mask of Deceit vision card, which is for the missile resistance as well. Yeah, it's just, you have to think about what vision cards you have available and where you're going to be using them. Before I talk about the 4 units at the bottom, let's talk about the 2 example teams that I have. This is not saying that these are going to be good or solid or you should use them, it is just an example. Because the vision card is kind of like increasing your damage, like for physical users, Gilgamesh can make use of it here because of his Excalibur and Kotetsu stuff. Even though I'm not 100% sure on the Kotetsu, because Kotetsu has a lot of weird, strange, what is it? A lot of strange clarifications and like other like special principles to it. He won't directly get more damage from it. However, he does get it from the benefits from the slash damage modifiers on the vision card, which is also going to stack with the freezes one, so it's going to be nice. The Fenrir one is specifically here onto Fryavia. Even though she doesn't really have a lot of physical damage, she has magic. That attack increase as well as the magic attack resistance means this team is going to be significantly surviving not only magic damage but also magic attack types significantly. They are going to be insanely good against those attack types in general. This is an example build. Now if we go to the right, as I was talking about, kind of like the one-shot build that you want to like just literally destroy your enemy before they can do anything to you. We have Auron here with the future Last Will Vision card, which is not only going to give more damage, AP gain for your team, as well as agility 15%, as well as the Titan effect. And what I mean by the Titan effect, which is you deal more damage on physical hits. So not only is this going to like superpower this team in terms of agility and damage, you also stack it with the slash damage so that Velric and Auron are going to be hitting insanely high. And then Rosa, when she has her EX come out, which I'm not going to be sure, I mean you can use her now too, but she's not going to be as good compared to when her EX comes out, which we don't know when it's going to be coming out. However, because she is a magic user and she can use the Freezes card easily without any like downfall, this can further stack the damage modifiers you can get for the other two. So they are literally going to be like 100+ modifier damage from this vision card setup, and they're gonna be hitting very, very hard. Now, I'm not saying that's a very like perfect team comp or what you want to run. Unless it does work, then that'd be great, but just example setups. Keep that in mind, please. And lastly, for the 4 units, kinda in the order I expect them to kinda come out. I'm not sure on Mashari specifically, but yeah, we do have Cloud coming out, and you know a lot of people are gonna be pulling for him. Not only does he do slash damage and missile, as well as like non-attributed but elemented still from his kit, this means that this vision card will not be used at all. Like it mitigates 0 damage from Cloud, unfortunately, from the Starlight Tryst vision card. So that's something to think about. Now, if Mashari Winter gets her EX, since she is a Pierce unit, you get that insanely good value out of that 20% Pierce resistance. However, because Mashari also has access to the Ranger subjob and does have Barrage, it does not help you there at all. And because this vision card also gives you Spirit, does not help you at all because she has no magic damage. Now, for examples where it could be very useful in the future, we have Jaden coming out, which is going to be a light unit, 100% cost, 100 cost. He is a missile magic type, magic damage type missile unit, like damage dealer. So he is hitting the Spirit. So if you do have this vision card for that extra 8 Spirit, it will be mitigating damage against Jaden specifically. And lastly, we have Oberon. Oberon is not only a physical hitter, but he's also almost always going to be using his Pierce attack damages because he hits very hard with it. And this is way in the future when he comes out. But because he is Pierce, you get that benefit from 20% Pierce, which is going to be later, not now. Which is why I'm trying to explain why this vision card right now, I just can't see it being better than a 3 out of 5 rating until maybe into the future. So I can't even say it's good investment right now. Like, I just can't. So yeah. Overall, we come to the end of the video. Hopefully if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, until next video, peace out.